Hello and welcome to the studio where we paint away the stress of everyday life here in Wales. We certainly do. So today I've got a fantastic idea. I thought let's do something easy and simple. So if you're a beginner, this is the one for you. So without further ado, let's have a look down at the palette. Let's see what colours we're going to be using, and let's see if we can get on with this fantastic painting today.
It's time to learn with our friend Clive. So grab your brush, have a great time. And don't forget to click subscribe.
And thank you very much for joining me in the studio. And yeah, what a horrible day it is out there today. There's rain again in Wales. There certainly is. Anyway, so let's have a look at the palette. I got some Prussian blue, some ultramarine blue, some yellow ochre, some mid-yellow, some mid-red, some Mars black, and titanium white. So basically you just need just a range of colours. I'm trying to keep things as simple as I can. I've got a long handled bristle brush here today which I want to talk about, and a couple of small filberts, a small filbert and a short flat and a detail brush. So without further ado, let's have a look. I've got a bit of cardboard which I just put a little bit of gesso on, and I put a little bit of a blue tone on there because I thought we'd do some sort of a nice sky today. I try and get a sky done as quickly as we possibly can. So I'm picking up my long handled bristle brush there. I got a little bit of flow improver and a little bit of water in my tubs there. You can go along to the website and purchase some medium mix at www.clive5art.co.uk. That helps under binding of paint. I'm not using that today. I just thought I'd use a little bit of water and a little bit of flow improver and retarder. I mixed flow improver and retarder together basically. There we go. There we are. So let's get some. Let's just get some ultramarine blue. Let's just pull that down like that, and a little bit of this Prussian blue. I want to mix that together, and then just a small amount of white just to lighten that up like that. There we go. Straight on to the canvas with the bristle brush like that. I want to leave a couple of these lovely painting strokes in like this. That's nice, isn't it? Yeah, I want to leave a little bit of painting strokes. I'm not going to overblend this too much today. I'm going to put a little bit of blue there like that. And I want to bring a bit of blue. Let's get a little bit more light into that sky now. I'm just going to get a little bit of kitchen roll in my hand, taking the excess off my brush, and I'm just going to let's get a little bit more white. There you go. A little bit more white. You get that bit of a warm sky. That's the warmth of the ultramarine blue. There's a little bit of red in that ultramarine blue. It's more on the red side, so it's a warmer blue, and you can see a little bit of that just coming through there like this. There we are, and you can see that my paint is drying quite rapidly on the board that I've used. So I'm just going to wash my brush. Now, because we're going to be using some yellow and some blue, which will go green, we need to dry this off really well. Again, washing my brush, making sure my brush is really well washed out. I'm using some dirty water there. I'm rinsing it out in some clean water. Well, it's supposed to be clean water, but you know what I mean. Let's mix some orange. Let's get some yellow and some yellow ochre. Look at that lovely orangey type of colour already. Just a small amount of red. Don't want a lot. Red is very powerful. And let's put some. Let's go this way now. And just scrub a bit of that in. Like that. Let's add a little bit more red. A little bit more red over there. Let's just come down a bit more. A little bit more red there. And then bring a bit of red up there. Get a touch of white. Just a touch of white, just to change the flavour. Bring in that in. You can't make a mistake with this, just keep going. You can't make a mistake, just keep going. And if you think that's a little bit too close to the same colour, then add a touch more white to it. This is all about practicing and getting the blending correct. You know, you can leave nice brush stroke patterns like this if you want to, which is what I'm trying to do. Just pull in, dab in. There you go, like that. A little bit of that blue is just showing through. The paint is starting to dry, and that's okay. The paint is starting to dry. Circle motions like this now. As the paint dries, don't fight it. Use it to your advantage. What I found over the years with acrylics is we get really upset because paint is drying too much. Sometimes you can pull paint off, as you can see. Other times you can just get this lovely mottled effect if you're using this type of technique. You can get this lovely mottled effect by just going lightly over, scrubbing over some already semi-dry paint. It's not for the faint-hearted. You need to practice, and these little bits of cardboard that I use are all about getting that practice in. You can see the way I'm using the brush. Let's just get a bit more white into that now. Scrubby, scrubby, scrubby. Going a little bit of orange now, a little bit of orange with the whiteness on the brush. And scrubbing that in like this. And just keep going. And then a bit more white. Increasing the white now into that yellow colour. Lightly, 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 lightly. Bring in a bit more white. Down in like this. keep bringing in the colour, just keep building in shapes. Let's get a bit more of that orange. Let's make a little bit of deeper orange now. Bringing a bit of deeper orange in. A little bit of that lighter colour. Just like that. Dabby, dabby, dabby. Just dab some colour around. Just like that. A bit more white maybe. I'm just going to take a break. I want to check my cameras are all working. Hello. Yes. Yeah, that one's working okay. Is that one working okay? That one's working okay. Hello there. You're looking over my shoulder. Have you seen that wolf painting there? What a fantastic wolf painting that is. There you go. Can you see the wolfy painting? There we are. So you want to know how to paint that wolf? Do you want to know paint that wolf? Then all you need to do is join memberships. Click at the icon up there, and I do one of them every 2 weeks on memberships. Yes, sometimes the lessons are split over a couple of lessons. The paintings are split over a couple of lessons. Sometimes I'll just do a painting straight off. So I've actually finished that one. So if you want to pop along to memberships, that is not available to you if you're just on YouTube. You need to actually go along and join that membership community, and I do some catch-ups and some lives, and I will be doing more as time goes on. I just want to see how things progress first, but yeah, everybody seems to be really happy in there, and they send me questions and I answer questions, and it's a fantastic little community to be in, actually. There we go. So let's put a I'm going to put a bit of a I want to put a bit of a sun popping his head out of the clouds by there. There we are. Just dragging a few little highlights around like that. See that sky developing. Hopefully you can. So what I thought I would do now, just for a bit of fun, and let's just get there. Right, let's wash my brush. So you get the idea. Just practice, have fun, try and develop some sort of a warm sky. I want to get some Prussian blue and a little bit of black together, because now I'm going to put a bit of a silhouette in like this. Now what I suggest you do is try and make yourself a silhouette of something. Now it could be a tree, it could be a tree with a bird on it, or it could be a child on a swing off a tree. I've done something similar to that myself before. You could do anything really, anything that you want as far as a silhouette is concerned. So all I basically do is just a little bit of blue, a little bit of black, and I'm just going to put some sort of a bank in like that, because that sun is in the foreground and it's going to make a silhouette of whatever is there basically. So we don't need anything there. All we need to do is just flick up now like that. Just make it, there's a little bit of grass maybe, flick in, just like that. Bit of grass, maybe just catching the light. Let's just get a smallest amount of, just a touch on my brush, just maybe just a little bit of sparkle. I don't want too much on my brush. I just want a little bit of contrast just by there like that. Maybe there's a little bit of light just spring in on that. Now what we're going to do is dry that off really well, and fingers crossed the next stage, if I've done it right, will work. I hope. Not as dry as I want it to be, I'll be honest with you. And don't forget, as I said, please join memberships if you want to see the wolf painting completed. There he is, Spirit Wolf. You can join the memberships there in the iCards. If you want any art materials, pop along to www.clive5art.co.uk, where you can pick up some art supplies. Yes, they are a bit low on the ground at the moment because of COVID-19. Stock is quite low, unfortunately, because I can't get it. But I am doing my best to make sure that I got as much stock as possible. But for the meantime, just have a look at the shop. Okay, so what I've done is I've actually cut out a little template. There's me meditating. So I've just cut this out of a little bit of I don't know. It's just like a very thick paper. Now I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll try it. So I'm just going to plonk me there in the center. There we are. I'm plonking there in the center. I'm going to get a little bit of black and some Prussian blue. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stipple I'm pulling in from the edge. Because I want to try and keep a sharp line if I can. I'm hoping this will work. And this is just a way you could do this with the children, with the grandchildren, have a bit of fun. There's nothing nicer than painting with your grandchildren or your son or your daughter or your mother even, you know. Mental health is a fantastic thing, and a good way to alleviate some stress and stuff is to paint. So painting away the stress of everyday life with myself in the studio. And don't forget, it's okay not to be okay. So if you're not feeling very okay, then that's okay. Talk to people. Explain to people. I'm sure they will help you. Don't be afraid to talk to people. and tell them exactly how you're feeling. Oh, there we are. That's better than I thought it was going to be. Unfortunately, I got a big lump on my head. So let's want to see if we can't resolve that. That's maybe because I was talking a bit too much. I've just got a wet brush, and I'm just pulling the paint off with a wet brush like that. There you go. And what we need to do, that's giving me an idea now, what we need to do is put a little bit of light just in there, because you can see the gap between my arms and my legs, and we put another little gap in there. All I'm doing is just wetting my brush and just pulling a bit of paint off. There you go. Let me and we can put a little let's see if we can't get a little bit of that. You know that when they go like that. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You can just meditate. You don't need to make all these sounds. There we go. Just pull a bit of paint off like that with a damp brush. If you're quick, you can do it. There we go. Very, very simple, easy painting to have a go at. Give it a try. How simple is that? Meditate every day if you can, even if it's just for 2 or 3 minutes. Alleviate that stress, because this is very important. Without this, everything goes to pot. A bit like my painting today when I had that big lump on my head. But anyway, have fun. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and the notification bells, and I'll see you every Monday at 7:30. But in the meantime, thank you very much for joining me in the studio. Have a bit of fun with this one, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.